Invincible. If you're not living under a rock the past few years, that name should be recognizable. They just released the third newest season of this family-friendly show. Mark, the son of one of the most powerful superheroes, that's name sounds like he's the villain in the TV show Power Rangers, Omni-Man. Now, one thing unique about Mark, besides the fact that he gets treated worse than Spider-Man, his name, but he gets his ass handed to him every single time he fights someone, is the fact that he has a nice physique. Besides his legs remind me of Larry the Lobster off of SpongeBob. But he has this nice V taper, low body fat, and nice shoulders. Here's how you get the invincible physique. Alright, so this video is going to be split into 4 different parts: weightlifting, calisthenics, cardio, nutrition. So you can just skip to whatever part you want to skip to. So when it comes to weightlifting, you're going to focus on mostly just compound exercises first, rather than isolation. This will just help you build functionality, strength, and just lots of muscle easily. The thing about doing isolation exercises is the reason why you want to do them last is because if you do them first, it'll affect your compound movements. Alright, so for the chest, I would focus on doing exercise on the horizontal and vertical plane of field. That way you build muscle in both planes of field, such as bench press, be a horizontal exercise, flat on the ground, and then maybe doing cable chest flies or Arnold press because it's a vertical exercise. It helps you build functionality in both of those planes of fields. So when it comes to cable chest flies, the way you do it will determine how well you target the different areas of the chest: upper, middle, and lower. So if you're going at just straight ahead like this, you're gonna hit mostly the middle chest. And then if you were to go upwards, you're gonna hit the upper chest. Downwards, you're gonna hit mostly the lower chest. So if you guys don't know the anatomy of the shoulders, there's anterior, middle, and posterior head. So when it comes to the anterior head, it's good to do the Arnold press. Arnold press hits all heads of the shoulders, but mostly it's gonna hit the anterior head. And then when it comes to the middle of the lateral head, you're gonna wanna do the lateral raises. This will just help you build the X frame, giving you an illusion of a smaller waist. So a lot of people have an issue with the posterior chain, so it's important to do some type of rear delt exercise, such as seated rear delt rows. Those are a great exercise to do, but always focus on the compound exercise before the isolation. So first you're gonna want to do the arm press, and then you're gonna want to do the other two after you finish working on the arm press. You can either use dumbbells or you can just use the barbell. So for the back, some good exercises will be the lat pull downs, cable rows, good variations just to hit the lats as well as the mid back, both from the horizontal and vertical planes of field. For legs, you're going to do squats, but good compound exercise, specifically back squats, hence the quads, butts, hamstrings, depending on the variation. So when you have your legs out wide, hit mostly the thighs as well as the butt. When you keep them narrow, you hit mostly the quads, so you can pick whichever variation you want to do to hit whatever muscles you want to hit. Alright, so for the hamstrings as well as the calves, hamstrings is good to do hamstring curls on the hamstring machine. And if when it comes to calves, you want to do calf raises. So when it comes to calves, you want to do high amounts of repetitions just because they're slow twitch muscle fibers, so they respond well to endurance. So I do at least 20 reps per set. So work between the 1 to 5 rep range for strength, 8 to 12 rep range for hypertrophy. So when it comes to isolation exercises, I'll focus on like just doing higher reps because they're smaller muscle groups. And it's good to have the intensity not too high, because if the intensity is too high, then other muscle groups will start while working instead of just that one muscle group you're trying to hit. And make sure you guys stay 1 to 2 reps away from failure, because the most important thing when it comes to building muscle is progressive overload. So an example workout could be doing lat pull downs, cable rows, and onto bench press, chest flies, arm press, lateral raises, seated rear delt rows, back squat, hamstring curls, and calf raises. So you want to be doing these full body workouts 2-3 times a week. If you didn't notice, a lot of these exercises are back to back that work the same muscle groups. This will be supersetting. If you notice that's too high of intensity, what you can do is you can go from a back to a chest exercise, then from a chest to maybe like a leg exercise. So for example, lat pull downs, then to bench press, then from there cable rows to chest flies. This will make it a little bit easier in the beginning. So now the thing about Mark that separates him from the other Viltrumites is that he's half human. Technically, he's full Viltrumite because of the purity of Viltrumite blood over as other species member, but because of his half humanness, he's allowed to produce adrenaline. And adrenaline puts him in this fight or flight mode and makes him stronger than what he was before. The thing about Viltrumites is they're evolved to the point to where they can't produce adrenaline or anything like that because they're always in their fight or flight mode. So this just gives them an edge. It's kind of like in Dragon Ball Z and how the Saiyan kids have the ability to be stronger than their parents. So on to calisthenics. So for those of you homebodies and non-gym enthusiasts, who don't want to go to the gym and all that stuff, you can use calisthenics in order to develop Mark's physique. So the basic exercises that you would be doing: push-ups, dips, pull-ups, rows, then pistol squats, Nordic curls, calf raises, and a real good exercise such as the Black Widow. Now, if you're not able to do a pull-up, then you just do banded pull-ups by using a band or just eccentrics. All eccentrics means is during the downward phase, you're going to want to slow it down for at least 2 seconds and then just kick back up. And then for pistol squats, all that pistol squats is just a well-legged squat. If you can't do that, just use a chair and do partial squats, or you can just do eccentrics during the downward portion, just go slow for at least 2 seconds. Same thing with dips as well. I mean, if you can't do a decent amount of dips, you can just do bench dips, or you can do dips with a band. So if you're a habit athlete, you're the type of person who just likes to do it all, calisthenics, weightlifting, cardio, I got something for you. So a good little hybrid workout that you could do would be something like pull-ups, lat pull down, bench press, push-ups, going from a calisthenic weightlifting exercise to another exercise. You have auto press, elevated pipe push-ups, back squat, Nordic curls, calf raises. So you always want to start out doing the exercise that's the hardest first. For example, if we're to do bench press and push-ups, you want to do bench press first, because push-ups only work 60% of the body, and you're probably bench pressing within the strength and hypertrophy rep range. Now, if you're learning a skill exercise such as the handstand or something like that, you want to do this before you start working out, because it's a balance component, and when your muscles are fatigued, you're not able to balance. So it's important to do calisthenic skills before you decide to do your little hybrid training. Now, Mark, because he's a Viltrumite, he can live for thousands of years. As he lives longer and longer, he's able to become stronger and stronger. And because of this, he becomes one of the strongest out there. Also because of what I talked about, the whole adrenaline component. Now, luckily, Eve is just as immortal as him, so Mark doesn't have to worry about going insane like Abraham Lincoln over there. I mean, he literally was Abraham Lincoln. He even named his kids Abe after himself, which is kind of weird, but I mean, there are a lot of junior kids out there. Like if I was to name my kid a Rozzy, it'd probably be like a Rozzy Jr. or something like that, but I would never do something like that. Cardio, I hate cardio. Now with Mark, the only cardio he was doing was leave the bedroom, because I mean, flies like all the time. But when it comes to getting that lean physique, you want to be doing cardio. Ideally low intensity cardio, because when you do prolonged high intensity cardio, it can cause your cortisol levels to rise, which can cause you to gain fat, and you just don't want that to happen. When it comes to cardio, you're going to be burning most of your calories from here rather than weightlifting. So ideally, you want to get like 10,000 steps, or that'd be 5 miles daily. So that'd be about just an hour of consistently walking. So when it comes to this, you don't want to be doing it on a treadmill. I mean, you could if you had to, because I know it's winter and it can be cold. But ideally, you just want to go outside and do it, because you'll just burn more calories that way. On a treadmill, it moves with you, so it's a lot easier than when you're just outside moving yourself on your own. Nutrition. All right, so when it comes to nutrition, Mark eats burgers, pizza, and fries, but you're just an average civilian, so you can't be doing all that. So when you want to lose weight, ideally you want to not do more than like 10 to 15% of your calorie reduction, or no more than like 500 calories. So if you're a guy, you want to be eating no less than 1,500 calories. If you're a woman, 1,200 calories. And this is just because when you try to lose weight really fast and reduce your calories a lot by eating less than 1,000 or something like that, it can reduce your metabolic rate. Because the thing is, your body adapts to whatever you do. So if you're eating 900 calories a day, eventually your metabolic rate will be 900 calories. And then when you want to lose even more weight, you have to reduce it even more, and it just messes up your metabolic rate. If you guys ever seen those shows where they have a participant who tries to lose weight fast, statistically speaking, they end up gaining the weight back after the show, and even more than that. So it's important to take this slow and steady. Going fast isn't going to win the race. You got to be a tortoise, not a rabbit. Now, if you take all this information and actually implement it, just imagine how strong you'd be if you were in the Viltramore Battle Royale when they were just taking each other out trying to find the strongest. Okay. So if you guys need any more help, any more like coaching or anything like that, you guys don't understand a certain concept, you can just comment it down below. Either that or you can look at my fever. It's just in the description below. Peace.